Almost everyone is using social media to sell their product, sell their services, whatever it is, they are using their social media as the forefront for their sales and conversions. But one thing that a lot of people are not doing is actually setting up their social media accounts for sales and for conversions. So whether you're using Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, whatever it is, there are strategies that you can do to set up your social media profiles in order to get the most conversions. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. Okay, so let's talk about setting up your social media accounts to sell. So there is a big difference between just having a social media account versus having a social media account that is set up to convert. Okay, so why does this even matter? In our digital era today, your social media profile is your digital storefront. So this is the very first thing that people are going to see when they come across you and your profile. So before they even see any pieces of your content, they're going to see your profile. Obviously, that's the first thing that you do when you click on someone's social media handle. You see their entire profile, their bio, everything they got going on. So as you know, we've already talked about that we are in a trust recession. And in this trust recession, your profile has to clearly communicate a few things. So your profile has to instantly communicate what you do, who you help, why they should trust you, and then what to do next. So if you don't have this set up properly, you're going to lose conversions, right? If you have this set up optimally, then it is going to be a client magnet, okay? I know it doesn't sound like much, but just these little changes make a massive difference when it comes to selling online and through your social media. Okay, so let's first talk about your bio. And I'm gonna start with Instagram across the board just because that is kind of the best and easiest platform to build trust and convert followers into clients. Like Instagram is kind of like the main platform that people use in order to sell their products or their services. Okay, so we're gonna start with Instagram, and then I'm gonna show you how to tweak these things in order to make it fit for other platforms. So when it comes to your bio, there's a few things that you need to consider, right? Okay, so we have a 4-part formula, and this is exactly what you need to do. So first off, you have your name, right? It should always be your name followed by your expertise, like keywords of your expertise. I'm gonna show you exact examples of this, right? So let's just keep going. Line 1 is gonna be who you help or who this page is for. Line 2 is gonna be your social proof, which is obviously proving why you are helping, who you're helping, and what your page is for. Then line 3 is your call to action. Okay, so let me just break this down for you. I'm gonna use my account as an example. Okay, so if you are looking right here, okay, so this is the name, obviously. I have my full name here, followed by this little dash, and then it is telling you exactly what I do. So personal brand coach, okay? So that is extremely important because when people are searching in the Instagram search bar, if they type in personal brand, my account is going to most likely come up in the search because I have the keywords in my actual name. Okay, so the same goes for if you're a personal trainer, if you are a tax expert, if you're a lawyer, whatever it is, you want to put those keywords right up here so that when people search for whatever it is that they are searching for, you're gonna come up. Okay. The next we have line 1 right here, okay? So this is what you do or what this page is for, okay? So mine is helping you easily build a profitable personal brand. Okay, so this is exactly where you need to put exactly who you're helping and why and what you're doing. Okay, line 2 is your social proof. So this is anything that is going to give insight as to why you are the expert, right? So for me, I have owner of the Scale Space, which the Scale Space is our marketing agency, right? So I am telling you that I own a marketing agency, which is why I know how to help you build a profitable personal brand. Okay. And I also own Famous Studios, which is the studio that I'm in right now, and it is a content creation studio. So again, I am not only have a marketing agency, but a content creation studio. So marketing and content together, personal brand. Then you have line 3 right here, and that is the call to action. So there's 2 different ways that you can do the call to action. So you can either do what I'm doing right here and say, DM me a keyword, and that is going to prompt them to do exactly what you want them to do. So in my case, I want everyone to join my free community. That is my number 1 lead mag right now. So you really want your keyword to either be prompting them to your best lead magnet or to your current offer, okay? Or you can also say, which I'm gonna show you this as well, but I could also say, click the link below to join my free community, right? And just have the link here. But what I'm doing is I actually have the link to actually this workshop that you're in right now. So that is what I want people to be prompted to go to, right? So either my free community or this workshop. This is kind of a 2-for-1 of prompting them to get your stuff, right? So it's kind of like 2 call to actions. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you another example just so that you see that it's not just me. I'm not the only one that's doing this. This actually really works. So again, this is Tax Boss Anna. She has her name right here, followed by the little dash right here, and then she is putting real estate tax strategist. Okay, so that is very specific in these keywords. I'm pretty sure I typed in like tax strategist and she came up instantly because it works. Oh, and so I want to also point something out here too. So as you can see that something is not here on hers that is on mine. So let me just go back. Okay, so I want to point this out that I do have my category here. It's honestly completely up to you whether you have this here or not. Definitely make sure that you do have the category in your settings, like you do go into your settings and pick your actual category, but it will give you the option to whether you want to show it on your profile or not. As long as you have it selected, it honestly does not matter whether you have this on your profile or not. We haven't really seen any change in whether that helps or hurts your account, just as long as you have that category in there. So the Instagram already knows how to categorize you, but it is up to you whether you want to have this here. Okay, so as you can see, Anna does not have hers here. Okay, so let's go into her first line. So this is her who you help and what you do, what this page is for line. So she says, I help business owners pay less in taxes. Boom, that's exactly what she does. Okay, so then the next line, line 2, is your social proof again. So virtual CPA helping tax clients nationwide. So her social proof is telling you that she is a CPA. That means she is a certified accountant. So that is giving you your proof that she is an expert in what she is teaching, right? This is a bonus that she put in here. She puts a little something about herself. This is completely optional. Honestly, I would recommend not doing it because I think it kind of gives people too much of a free rein and they want to go put like dog mom, dog lover. If it doesn't pertain to what you have going on, probably don't put it in your bio, okay? So we're just gonna skip over this right here. It's not hurting her. Everyone loves Jesus. So let's move on to line 3, which is your call to action. So she is not using a keyword. She is using the strategy of click your link in bio. Okay, so she's saying that you can get a tax consultation with her by clicking her link below. Okay, so let's specifically talk about the link in bio strategy because there's a little bit of controversy with this. So you have 2 options for your link in bio. You can only use one link, right? Which is what I'm doing, which is my current offer, or you can use a link in bio tool, which is what Anna's doing. I'm choosing to use the one link in Instagram specifically, just because I do have a lot of people that would click on my link in bio to see if I have like an OnlyFans or something, The things that I like is going to the beach and being in a bikini and fitness and things like that. And so usually sometimes when girls post in a bikini, then a lot of men seem to automatically think that they have an OnlyFans, so they go and check that. So with this specifically, I am using the strategy of just having one link in my bio. So that is the only link available for them to click on, and there is no chance of having an OnlyFans or anything else. But I do use a link in bio tool for all my other platforms. Okay, and so for the link in bio tool, we recommend using beacons. Okay, so if you are unfamiliar with beacons, we have an apps and tools tutorials module inside our community, and it does have beacons and it has a full tutorial on how to set this up. So if you would like to use that, go and check that video out because it is amazing and it is very easy to use. So if you are using a link in bio tool, what you want to do is you want to structure it. Obviously, a link in bio tool is going to have multiple links, right? So the biggest thing you want to make sure though is not to overload people with a ton of links. Okay, you want to have like 3 or 4 max in there. Okay, so your top link should always be your best free offer, right? That's what you want people to click on, right? So this is usually your lead magnet, and it's what starts building that trust and gets emails, which is exactly what you want. Okay, so other links that you can have in there is you can have a link to book a call if you do one-on-one coaching, something like that, a link to join your community if you have one, a link to watch a case study or a webinar, right? Those are some other good links that you could have inside there. Anything that is going to push people to something that you are offering or something that is going to build more trust and give them free value. Okay, so let's go over the differences between beacons, and Anna, for example, uses Linktree. So as you can see, this is what beacons can look like. It can look super fancy, but essentially we're doing the same things. Okay, so never mind what it looks like, but as you can see, we have our name up here. You can link to your socials. Okay, so she has a lot of socials. To be honest with you, if you are using your social media presence to sell your products or services, I highly recommend that you stick to only about 2 or 3 platforms. Okay, because in order to sell effectively, you're going to need to be able to communicate with whoever is on that platform, whoever's interacting with you. Like you're going to need to be present and active, right? You're going to have to be able to show up every day. You're not going to be able to respond to comments or DMs on 6 different platforms every single day if you're also doing what you're saying you're doing, right? I can guarantee if she is doing taxes, coaching people on taxes, there's no way that she is being able to respond to everybody in all these platforms. So it kind of just makes it a waste of time and trying to post on all these platforms, and a lot of the platforms require different things out of content. The same content that is performing on Instagram may not perform on TikTok or Twitter, right? Just for an example. So I would stick to just having 2 or 3 max. So I am only using Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Okay. So you can link those there. Then here we go. We have 3 links. So she's doing this perfect. She has a link to her YouTube. She has Learn How to Play the IRS Game, which is her lead magnet, right? And then she has her consultation sign up. So her one-on-one to book with her. So for me, I have my first link is going to join my free school community, again, because this is what I want everyone to go to, okay? I also have my marketing agency website, so you can check that out and you can book with us as well. Then I have my content creation studio. Okay, so keep it simple as possible, and you want to make it so that people don't have much of a choice, right? It's very straightforward on what they should click on. Okay, so next let's get into story highlight strategy. Obviously, story highlights are only on Instagram, right? For Instagram, your story highlights are like your website menu, okay? So what they need to be answering is the top questions a lead might ask, right? So you should have an about me story highlight, which is like your backstory, your mission, your values, why you're doing what you're doing, how you got there. Then you should have a results or testimonials, case study, which is going to showcase your client wins and testimonials. Then you could have one that has to do with your offer. So it's like what you sell, how to work with you, all that good stuff, right? These are the most important, to be honest. As long as you have these, it doesn't really matter if you have anything else. Okay, so these are the most important. And again, we don't want to overload anybody, right? So if you go to some pages and they just have endless lines of story highlights, like, no, that is too much. You don't want to give people too many options. You want this to be curated, okay? This is a strategy at the end of the day. You want to be very specific with what you have here. Okay, so a couple other options that you could have in here is like a freebies, right? If you are giving away a lot of lead magnets, they can have access to those, or some FAQs. If your business might be a little hard to understand, that would be a good one to have. Another one, I mean, I do like to have like a life lately, right? Something that is just about you and your daily life that is outside of what you're doing for your work, okay? And we also have template resources that I'm going to link in this lesson below this video, so you can go ahead and have resources to be able to customize your own cute little bubbles so that they can match your brand and your vibe. So let me just go over my account and my partner Rick's account just so that you can see what our story highlights look like. Okay, so for me, actually for both of us, we both have the About Me, right? So this is basically our journey, how we got to where we are and why we're doing what we're doing, okay? So we actually both have a community one as well, which is funny. It's just basically showcasing stuff that's in our community, right? Because that is what we want people to go to the most, okay? I also have the testimonials right here. He has client wins, okay? So pretty much the same thing. Then I do have something personal, right? So like my past life, my past journey through pretty much everything I did before: acting, modeling, wrestling, you name it. It's just something fun and for people to get to know me better. And he has the same thing. So he has life lately. He also has an extra one, which is BTS, which is a lot of BTS of us working with clients. So that's another good one as well. But you want to keep it to like 4 or 5. That's all you need. Now let's get into the pin post strategy. So this is super important because every single platform allows at least one pinned post, okay? Everybody should have this on all their platforms, okay? So starting with Instagram, we'll talk about the other platforms later, but Instagram allows 3 pinned posts, okay? So here's what they should be. The first one should be a start here post, which is obviously your origin story, who you help, why you're doing what you're doing, how you got here, all that good stuff. Then your second one you want as a social proof post, right? So this is either going to be you talking about a case study, showcasing a case study, a testimonial, a before and after, just showing your results of what you have been able to achieve, right? Then the last one is either going to be a viral post, so something that is your highest performing post that has a lot of engagement, right? Just showing that you are an authority in your space. Or if you don't have something that is high engaging, or you just don't want to use that, you can use your offer proof, right? So this is a post that's going to show insight into your process and how your process solves your customers' problems, right? So it can be any type of value-based post. Okay, so these are super important because obviously pin posts are your second line of defense after your bio. So after someone goes through your bio, right, on Instagram, they see your highlights, but on other platforms, you don't have any highlights, right? So your pinned post it's going to be super important on people getting to know you, seeing whether they like your vibe, and whether they ultimately want to work with you. Okay, so let's check out some pinned posts here. We have my account, Again, we'll go through, I have my start here post right here, which is about me, about where I am, how I got here, what I do, all that good stuff. This post right here is a carousel of testimonials. So essentially I'm starting out saying like, this is what 90 days of alignment and action can do. And it's showcasing what 90 days of action and alignment can do with customer testimonials. And then this one right here, I have chosen to do a value base instead of a viral post because I think right now a lot of people don't really understand the concept of a personal brand and how to utilize it, right? Because a lot of people still think that personal brands are just influencers. That's not true. So I want to use this to educate people on like what it is I actually do. If we go over here, you'll see Alex Hormozi. He also does the pin post strategy, right? So I know this one right here is him talking about his life, his journey, how he got here, saying, you know, his journey to makingacquisition.com. Okay. This one I know is a viral post. And then this one is a value-based. It's a direct sale about talking what his new book is, how it's going to help you, all that kind of good stuff. Is over here. Then we have Brock Johnson. He is an Instagram coach, and again, he has the start here, very straightforward. He also has his viral post right here. Then he has a value-based post right here, which also shows, talks about his client wins. As you can see across the board, this is an amazing strategy and it works. If even the big dudes are doing it, they don't have to. Like Alex he doesn't really have to do anything anymore as far as setting himself up for success. He already has 4 million followers. He's on his journey of becoming a billionaire. So if even he's doing it still, that should tell you something. Okay, so now let's get into how we can adapt this entire setup for other platforms to make sure that your other platforms are also set up to sell and convert. Okay, so obviously each platform is different, but all platforms do allow a bio, right? They also all allow you to have a link in your bio, and they allow for pin post, okay? So talking specifically about the bio, TikTok is much shorter, okay? So it only has 80 characters, so you're going to basically want to just take that line one, right? So it's gonna be your line one, which is who you're helping, and then you're gonna go straight to the call to action, okay? We have X. Twitter is a little bit longer, so you can take pretty much your exact Instagram bio. For YouTube, you have a ton of space. So this is where you really want to expand and kind of add some more storytelling, add in a lot more about you and about what you do, okay? Facebook and Threads is the same exact thing as Instagram. Facebook and Threads is easy. You're just going to copy and paste your Instagram bio, use the same exact one. Okay. So let's just in depth go over how I'm adapting everything that we talked about across the board to my other platforms. Okay, so first is my TikTok account. Okay, so as you can see, the bio is much, much smaller. So I'm literally just using my first line, right? And I couldn't even get in the helping you build a profitable personal brand. So I had to shorten it to I help you build a brand that pays, right? So essentially it's saying the same thing, just in less words, okay? Then I have my call to action, which is join my community, and I have my link in bio for them to click on. Now, TikTok only allows you to have a link in bio after you hit 1,000 followers. So just keep that in mind. Up until you get 1,000 followers, just have your bio say what it is you do and who you help. And if you can fit, instead of saying like a call to action, fit in a small social proof, right? And then, as you can see, TikTok also allows for 3 pinned posts as well. Okay, so you can do the exact same posts
that you have on Instagram, on TikTok, right? So this is my Start Here post. It's the same exact post that I have on Instagram. It just doesn't have the same cover. This is also the same post that I have on Instagram, a different cover, but it's the same concept of telling them what a personal brand is and how you can make money with it. This one is the only one that is different because I chose to use a viral video or a high engaging video for my third post on TikTok. Then moving on to YouTube. So as you can see, your bio on YouTube is massive. Okay, so you can really go in deep here. So I'm telling you a little bit about my background. My social proof is in here, what I am currently doing and what I plan to do on this channel, right? And all the things that they can expect to see on my channel. Then they also allow for link in bio. And again, I'm using the call to action of join my free community and giving them my Beacons link, right? And also on YouTube, they allow for you to pin one video. So it's for your channel trailer. That's what they call it. So you can assign one video to be your channel trailer. And again, that is going to be your Start Here post. So if you can only have one pin post, it's always going to be your Start Here post. Okay, so let's move on to Facebook. I am not actively using my Facebook because I do not have time to nurture all of these platforms. So I am only actively using TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But just for reference, just so that you can see, the Facebook bio is literally just a copy and paste. And instead of me using a keyword, I am just saying join my free community and giving the Beacons link. So it's literally a copy and paste with the call to action that I have on TikTok. And then Facebook also allows you to do the same pin post. So you can pin the exact post that you have on Instagram on Facebook as well. Then last but not least, I am showing you my Threads account. I am not super active on Threads. I do just write a little something here and there. So again, you want to stick to that 2 or 3 platforms max when you are trying to sell your products or services. Okay, you will get burnt out if you try to do more. So, but again, this entire thing is a copy and paste from Instagram. So super easy there. I'm just changing my call to action to join my free community with the Beacons link here. And then Threads also allows you to have one pin post, which is my Start Here post. So that's it. Super easy. The last thing I do want to say though is make sure all your platforms that you are using, the 2 to 3 that you are using, have the same profile photo and handle. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the same photo. This one is very small, but you can tell that it's the same one, the same exact photo on every single platform. And it's the same on my Instagram as well. So you want to make sure that your profile photo is the exact same so that people know that it's you and they know where to find you. Okay, and then the same thing with my handle. Okay, so this is the same exact thing as my Instagram handle. I have the same thing for my Facebook and my YouTube and my Threads. They're all the same handle across the board, okay? And this is, again, it's searchability, you guys. So if anyone is trying to search you, if you have the same profile photo and the same handle, it is going to be so much easier to find you. That being said, this is super important for you guys to optimize your social media profiles in order to make conversions. And I promise you, if you make these tweaks, if you haven't already, you will see a difference in your conversions and in people actually taking you more seriously.
So I hope this helped you guys. And if you want some more information or more in depth on what we talked about today, go ahead and click the link in the description below to join my free masterclass and community where we are going in depth on all this stuff and giving you all the strategies.